Good afternoon, traders. This is Brad Matheny. I'm going to try to create a video today showing you how to use the new TT-3MACD strategy on TradingView. First, I wanted to point out my website, MENT.com. Come take a look at it. Join Expert Growth if you want to support my research. I just released this new strategy, which I think will help everyone. I am going to come over now and show you what's going on, but first I wanted to, like I said, share with you my subscription plans are very inexpensive for what I'm trying to help you with. My tools are very clear. I just provided an incredible new solution called the TT-3MACD scanner, which I will get rid of this and show you. This is it on an ES chart. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play with this. So everybody is interested in how this works and what it does. First, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to change this color for the background. You go to properties, you go to style, and you change the background plot here to a lighter color. Just pick a lighter color. And then it makes it a little bit easier to see. These are the target boxes that are being drawn. This is an ES chart. I'm going to change it to Bitcoin. And then I'm going to change this lower one down here to Bitcoin as well. Now the lower chart is for your confirmation. We use the linear regression channels to determine whether the price is moving up or down within a channel. The broader the channel, the more likely we're going to have some extended volatility. So we need to be aware of that. They should be set to the same time frame, 5 minute, yep. So if I get this lining up, which I don't quite have it lined up yet, so let's see. 2 is all the way back here. So somewhere along this line, it's going to get it fairly well lined up. And so you can see here when we get into broader volatility here, like we saw right here with this big broad channel right here, this is telling you that we're getting extreme volatility. So when you start to get broader linear regression channels, you need to start being more cautious with your trading. Cut down your position sizes, go for target 1, maybe target 2, realize that you have a lot more volatility. When you get narrower channeling like this is a good solid momentum trend. You're not going to have a lot of volatility taking place in this channeling. So same thing here, it changed direction here. So we were in a downtrend, we're potentially in a short trade, we have started to move up here, we started to see some weakness with the WaveTrend 3D, and the Donchian channel stayed bearish. So this is where you need to start being a little more cautious of your trades. Eventually we rolled down into this downward channel here. The system stayed short, actually got out of a stop here. I'm going to modify this. This isn't set up yet. But understand that these linear regression channels, the Wave 3D, and the Donchian Ribbons are how I recommend that you use this for your own discretionary trading to help you see what's going on in the market in combination with using this, the TT-3MACD. Now, the TT-3MACD sometimes needs a little setup. So as we come in here with the tester, you can see it's gone through quite a bit of up and down activity. The TT-3MACD trades 3 on entry, 1 on target 1, 1 at target 2, and then the remainder as a trailing stop. Within the TT-3MACD system, we have the ability to control whether or not we're using target 1 or target 2 right here. I'm going to leave both target 1 and target 2 on. Now you can use the adaptive targets, but there is a multiplier that's used for the adaptive targets. So what I'm going to do in this manner is I'm going to leave these as default here, leave all of this as default. In fact, I'll reset it back to defaults. So here's the result with default. Doesn't look very good, right guys? Okay, now I'm going to show you how to use this. Depending on how we are running the strategy, we're going to want to pay attention to a couple of settings over here. So I'll move this over here so you can see as we're playing with this how it works. It is essentially a Donchian system. It uses the MACDs as triggers. It uses adaptive technology to try to pick targets and to adjust stops. what we are going to do first off is we are going to come in here. We're going to turn on the filter. Actually, we'll turn it off because the filter oftentimes gives us a little bit of better a better control. And I'm going to turn off the Donchian cloud filter, which is this light blue cloud in the background. Okay, looks like I've got to come back over here and change the style again. And come back over here. So now our goal is to try to set this up to try to make money on, say, a 5-minute or a 10-minute. So typically what I do, ladies and gentlemen, is first off, I start with a 5-period basic Donchian. I see what happens. Okay, didn't improve it very much. So then I'll come up to a 10-period Donchian. See if we get any better results. And then a 15. And then potentially a 20. And this is how I take a look at this. Okay, the 20 is starting to show some positives. So now I'll go up to a 25. Look, we're starting to get a little positive. Now I'll go up to a 30. Not so much, maybe 35. It's going down a little bit, it's getting a little more volatile, maybe 40. And 999. It's actually gone down. So we were actually doing pretty good around 20, 25. So now I'm going to leave that at 20. And now I'm going to turn around and say, use the MA filter. See if it improves anything. Okay, it improved a little bit. So we're going to do the same thing from a 5-period moving average. $7,589 to a 10-period moving average. 7,500 again to a 15-period moving average. 9,000, so we got a little bit better. It's looking pretty good compared to where we were over here. We still have some losses back over here. So now what we're going to do is turn off target 2, see if it produces any massive drawdowns. Now we're up to 12,000. And so what's happened is we're using target 1 as a primary exit, leaving 2 contracts or Bitcoin on, trading through the rest of the trends. Okay, so now before I go any further, I'll turn on the Donchian filter, which will limit the number of trades. We have 972 trades, so I'll turn on the Donchian filter. It cut it down to 881 trades, but it knocked our profit down to 6,000 from 9,000. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'll do the same thing. Go to a 10-period, and it knocked quite a bit of profit out. I'll go to 15. Negatives, cutting down our trades though. 20. Negative. 25. Negative. Okay, so we had a better result down at either 5 or 10. And now let's see if we have any difference here. 6,894 trades, 880 trades, 5,000, 15. We had 660 something, 20, 300. So now it's not doing us any good. And 1,000, so it's not really doing us any good. So we were pretty good down in this area. Actually, it did better when we turned this off. We were at 12,000. So now we need to see if we can get rid of this sideways activity here. And what I would do, if you're on a 5-minute basis, what I would suggest you do is understand that the Donchian setups are fairly long term. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this one shorter. We have a 6, 18, and 7. I will set this up as a 5, 13, and 5. And so now we're at 13,000. We've gotten up a little bit bigger. Let me readjust this longer term one, which is set here, 618.7. Let's go ahead and set this up as, let's see, we have 618.7, 513.5. Let's set this one up as a slow length. So what we're going to do is we're going to run 5, 6, 7. Let's try 9. And I like to use Fibonacci numbers. So immediately I start thinking of what's 1.5 times 9, what's 2 times 9, what's 2.618 times 9. So I'm going to go with a, in fact, let me do this. I'm going to set this up in a standard, try to set it up as a standard Tesla structure. Tesla loved 369. We actually went down. So let's try 6, 18, and 9. And we're at 9,500. We still have a bit of a drawdown. So it's kind of like we went backwards. So I'm going to set this one up as, let's try 14, 26, and 9. Okay, we went backwards again. So this is a scenario where kind of gone backwards through this process. And what I would do now is I would want to come back to the settings and kind of remember where we're at, 20, 15, off, 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 and I'll go back to defaults. So reset to default, 20, target 2, and we had used adaptive stops. We didn't have the Donchian filter. And so there we go back to kind of where we were before. Okay. And now by setting these again back down to a smaller number, I believe I had this set as 5. And that's 12. Let's set this slower to 3. And that went backwards. So let's set this back up at 5. 9. So we're back up to 12. This actually doesn't look too bad. Now let's see where we're at with our stops. Let's see if we go back down to 15. Nope. So I've got to go back up to 20, maybe 25. 9. So this worked best at 15 or 20. And let's see if we turn off the use adaptive stops. Go to 11. Turn it back on. And now what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, because we're using target 1 instead of target 2, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down. I'm going to go to 0.75, 1.25, 2.0, and 2.50. And now you can see we've rolled a little bit lower here because our targets are operating differently. We don't have any target here for this, so we've moved our targets down. We've got our use stops. Let's see if we use the moving average filter. Okay, so the moving average filter is helping us. And what I've gotten to here, folks, is maybe a fairly decent amount for what we're looking at. So we've got 53% accuracy, 1.24 profit factor, moderate drawdown. You can see it's inching its way upward. This is a fairly flat period. The trade properties go all the way back to December 2022. So this is on a 5-minute basis. This is essentially, doing the math right, that's about 3 months of trading. And you can see with the performance summary here, or the overview, we got 53% accuracy, 1,100 trades, and it's doing okay. So average bars in trade 16. So you're holding each trade for about an hour. And again, I've just modified this, and what I've looked for here, ladies and gentlemen, is a fairly consistent growth with moderate points of drawdown. And I tried to show you how to do that by basically starting with the first Donchian level, starting at 5, going up, incrementing by 5 till you get to some decent level, and then looking through the different settings and understand by lowering the target ranges means it makes it easier for the targets to get hit. By turning off target 2 means I'm allowing one trade, one extra contract, or one extra Bitcoin in this case, to trade as a runner. If I turn off use adaptive targets, I might go up. I did go up. My accuracy went up. My drawdown only went down a little bit, $3,000. So you can see I've got a couple extra drawdown periods here. But when you consider the total number of trades and the drawdown, went from it basically went up $400 on the drawdown. So it depends on how you want to use it. Now, given where we're at, okay, this is a pretty good little setup. But now, hypothetically, let's go out to maybe 30-minute Bitcoin and see how we do with the same setup. It doesn't look so good. Let's go out to 10-minute. See if it performs. It doesn't perform very well. So what's happening is it's performing very well potentially on the 5-minute, but it's not performing very well on the 10 or the 30-minute. Now over here on the 1 hour, we're getting some pretty good little moves. Now granted, this is a big deep drawdown here, maximum drawdown $53,000. We would have to do something about that. And what I would try is I would try this Donchian filter and see if we have, now we have a $71,000 drawdown. So this could be that we have some big rotation taking place. Let's turn on target 2, see if it helps smooth anything out. Nope, it does not. So we'll turn target 2 off. And now we have to start looking again at adjusting it to see if we can find something that works. So now let's take a look at these Donchian filter length. So we've tried 5, let's try 10. Donchian filter length here is at 900, so it went down considerably. Let's try 15. Okay, now that's not bad. Let's see what our drawdown looks like, 103,000. So that's not comfortable. You can see that big dip in the middle. Let's try 20. And what this is likely happening, ladies and gentlemen, is what's likely happening is we're getting into a fairly deep sideways contraction here, which is just moving against us on a fairly regular basis. We're at 74,000, so it is holding up. Now let's try this offset. Let's try 5-period offset. Negative 15. Ooh, maybe. Nope, still have a bit of a loss. Let's try 10. You ugly. Let's try 20. Okay, eliminated quite a bit of our trading, but eliminated that big drawdown. Let's try 25. Okay. Now, I'm going to leave it here because look at this. As hard as I want to argue that I don't like the idea of a $19,000 drawdown, I really do kind of like the idea of 50% accuracy, 1.4 profit factor, average trades $144, average trade holding is 20 hours, and we've got $123,000 in profit over a, let's see how long these trades are. Well, actually, I think it'll tell us here, performance summary. let's see, properties started from January 2020 to March 2023. So that's again a 2.2 year structure. And what we have here with our 2.2 year structure, we have approximately $50,000-$60,000 a year, averaging at a 53% win rate with moderate drawdowns. I mean, we're going to have drawdowns with the trading system. We could probably tweak this a little bit better. Like, for example, maybe now that we have this in place with the Donchian, maybe if we go back here and take a look at the moving average filter, so 58, okay, that's 10. Our drawdown is 23. $142 a trade, 51%. Let's try 15. 121 with a drawdown of 23 grand, profit factor of 1.39. Let's try 20. $19,000, 1.4 is going up a little bit. Let's try 25. 123, 19 grand. Let's try 30. 119, 22. Still having a drawdown. We haven't eliminated those drawdowns yet. Let's try 35. 118, 23. So we're really not doing anything yet to improve anything. 40. 129. So we've gone down a little bit. So let's go back down to the 20 range. 20, 25. 123, 19, 144. That's a pretty decent number. Now let's remember where we are here at 20. So let's go back to 5. 92,028, 1.2, 10. 94,028, 1.28, 15. I'm looking for anything that dramatically alters the outcome. So 91,000, 44,000, that put us into a bit of a loser. 20. Maybe if we go longer, we'll get, that's where we started. 25. 162, 156. So now we are increasing our trade result, and our drawdowns have gone down quite a bit. We just shot up. So remember, we were back here at 20. So we had gone from 123 by going to 25. We had gone to 162. Now let's try 30. Might get too wide. 164. So we're in that range, somewhere around 25. So now I would come in and try 22. 23. I'm looking for this profit factor to go up considerably. 24, the highest profit factor number. We know what 25 is. 26. 1.58. It's not bad. 27. 1.57. So we were back here. 26, I think, was 1.558. 27. That's okay. A little higher. 28. Nope. So let's go back to 27. And now, like I said, let's play around with, let's see. So now let's try to turn off adaptive stops and see if we get any better results. 1.52. Nope, it did not help. And what may help down here, guys, is to be able to adjust these levels. So we have a 12, 26, 9, 21, 35, 7. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to remember this was a 9, and I'm going to go down to a 5. Went down 6. It went down 7. Oh, it's not helping. 8. 9. So there we were where we were originally. 10. 11. 12. Nothing seems to be helping in this point. Nope. So let's go back to 9. And now I will play a little bit with this. So I'll go from, we were at 26, we'll go to 18. Nope. 19. Nope. 20. 130 something. 21. So I'm basically looking at this number here and this number. 22. I'm looking at net profit and profit factor. I want to see this get up above 160, 170, and this get up above 1.6. 23. 24. We're climbing. 25. 26 is where we started. 27. 28. 29. 30. Nope. So I'll go back to 26. And again, guys, this is kind of how I play with them to see if they work. Okay, so we still have target 2 off, target 1 on. We have use adaptive targets, use adaptive stops. We've kind of honed in on this 1.55 factor. We may be able to do something, you know, with this longer term setup. You know, I'd be hard pressed to edit this right now. I could. You just got to remember. So we're 21.35.7. So let's go ahead and set this 21.35.7. Let's set this down to, so we have 618.5. Let's set this down into a more constructive 618.512. So maybe something around a 7, 14. No, I went the other direction. So 21.35.7. So 7, 14, and 7. Oops. Sometimes errors like that can show you things you never even missed. So see, yeah, that didn't really work. So 25, 31, 7. 108. And it was 21.35. Yep, that's it. So far, that's given me the best results. And now what we'll do is we'll click OK. And we'll go back down to the 10-minute and see if it performs. Does not perform very well, 1.08. Go back down to the 5-minute. See if it performs. It does not. Come out to the 30-minute. It performs okay, 1.172. Not huge, but you know, it's kind of, you know, as far as the strategy goes, it's kind of hard to argue that this is an inappropriate strategy. And again, what you would do once you get to this point where you have something that looks pretty good, you would come back down to this and you would start relying on this to be taking trades. So hypothetically, we got into a short trade here. We hit our first target. That's what this is. Downward sloping linear regression, downward sloping wave channel, downward sloping Donchian. Got stopped out over here. Hit our first target. You can see here we went in, got out on our stop. So this is kind of a little waffling trade. You can see we got in here with a target, short here, target, got stopped out. The Donchian channel, the blue level up here, is acting as a wave cycle, and you can see how it caught this great trade. Like here, for example, long entry here, target was hit here, and then we moved all the way up and got stopped out up here. These are what we're kind of waiting on, these blowout type trades. And you'll see as I come around, you got into a target here or short trade here, stayed in all the way down and got out on our stop right over here. And that's what this is set up to do. It's designed to basically trade these breakout ranges and try to grab a quick target on target one to see if we get any. So here's a great trade. Look, this looks like it stayed in for quite a while. Yeah, so here's a long entry way back over here. Hit our target, stayed in all the way through this. This was from the entry point somewhere down over here to somewhere up over here where we got stopped out is a 28% rally, 5,000 point rally in Bitcoin. Nice little move, actually. Okay, so this video was designed to show you how to edit and structure the TT-3MACD under different time frames by just looking at the results and honing in on the drawdown, total results, and profit factor. Once you get to this point, what you're going to want to do, like I told you back at this point, let me see if we can get to see where we're at. Okay, I'm on the wrong chart. Hold on, hourly. See where I'm at, 12. Okay, got to be back here. There we are. So it's basically this move right here that took place. So see this little move right here? This is pretty much our entry right there, right down here on the hourly chart. And we rode all the way through this long trade, all the way through all of this, and then ended up getting stopped out right here. What happened afterwards is we got up a little bit further, and then looks like we rolled back down quite a bit. So now, did we get into any short trades here? We got another long trade here, got stopped out after target, another long trade with a target, got stopped out. Then eventually we got into a bit of a short trade here and got stopped out back over here. That's when we start to come down. Then we get this nice short trade right here, carries us all the way down. And then we catch this little pop, which is this sucker right here. That's this move right here. Got us all the way out. By the time we got out, we had shifted back to the downside. This was a nice little pop. But again, this shows you how to use this. It's designed to help you become better traders. And if you use the linear regression, use the Wave 3D, and use the Donchian channels to help confirm what you're doing, you can use this to find and identify nice, safe, comfortable targets, nice, safe, comfortable trading system that'll pretty much give you these types of returns once you have it set up. It's just a matter of you executing this and running this on a standpoint that you're comfortable with. If you want to trade the 5-minute, figure out how to set it up on the 5-minute. If you want the 10-minute, figure out how to set it up on the 10-minute. Doesn't work on everything, and you do have to tune the Donchian ranges and the other filters to kind of what you're looking to try to trade, where price opportunity exists. But the backtester will show you how to do it, and I just showed you how I loop through, various settings until I start to hone in on some successful results. And then normally I might take 2 or 3 tries to get there. But once I'm close, then I know that, I kind of want to stick within that window and see if I can tweak it a little bit. Okay, guys, I hope this helps. Talk to you later.